So today we are going to talk about hobbyists. We spent a lot of time talking about growing our team and practicing ways to ask people to join our team, and that's still something we want to keep practicing. And as you begin to grow your team, you will start to notice, if you haven't already, that some people join and want to do something with it, and some people join and don't really want to take it any further than just getting orders from themselves or maybe their friends and family. And that is something that we kind of call hobbyists. They're doing Scentsy as a hobby, and they're not looking to take it much beyond that. It's a great hobby to have, and we love hobbyists. So today we're going to talk a little bit about why we love hobbyists, the purpose that they can serve, and just hobefully give you a little help on handling them. That's not exactly the right word. I don't really want to say handling, but I think that if you are in this group, if you are in Soaring to Superstar, you have come to the realization that with Scentsy, you can make big, huge, life-changing decisions, right? With Scentsy, you can replace part of your income from your normal job, or maybe you can replace all of your income from your normal job, or you can grow and become this person who you know you were born to do, and you haven't been able to be that person because you're stuck in the normal job, or whatever it might be, right? Like, you are here because you see the vision, you see the potential, you see it in the guest speaker stories that we've shared. You see it in your group members, the people in this group doing big, huge, awesome things that inspire you and make you believe it's possible, make you know it's possible, right? Because we see it, we know it. And once we know it and we see it and we're so excited, we want everyone to know it and see it and be as excited as we are. Because we're really nice people and we want that for them too, right? And so, hi, Elliot.
Hey.
Can I help you?
Can I say hi to everyone?
Yep.
Hi.
Yes, you may. Okay, thank you. Bye, buddy. So, we want that.
I like your hat.
Thank you.
And the pineapples.
Okay.
And your sensible.
Okay, thank you.
I want the Skittle.
Okay, so anyways, we want it for them because we see the potential, right? And we want to share that with people who we care about. And it's really important to share that vision and share that spark. And then what can sometimes happen is they don't see it, and they don't get it, and they don't want anything else with their Scentsy business. They just want to put in their $200 every 4 months, and it can feel a little hard as their sponsor, right? Because we know they can do more, and we know that there's more out there for them. And so what we want to talk about in this segment today is that it's okay to let the hobbyists be hobbyists, and it's okay to move on with that. So let's backtrack it a little bit, right? So, like, as you're growing your team and as you're building your business, you're going to find people who join your team who want it just as bad as you do, right? They're right alongside you. They're working on promotions. They're working on earning trips. They're working on sales. They're building their team. Then you're going to have some people who don't. And those people are what we call the hobbyists. You need both. And I went to this training once. I don't remember where. I think it was maybe actually World Tour last year in Salt Lake, where she talked about your hobbyists are really like they're your best customers. So it can also feel frustrating when someone joins our team as a hobbyist. Maybe they were a good host or a good customer. Now they're on our team, and we suddenly expect them to like be, a totally like self-sufficient, team. These people are people who may ask us for catalogs. And we're like, You can get your own catalog. I encourage you to, especially if you know they're a hobbyist and they're not doing it for anymore, get them a catalog. Because yes, it costs money out of our pocket, and yes, we want them to want it for themselves, but they're not at that level. And we need those hobbyists performing at whatever level, the 200 every 4-month level. We need lots of those guys. I'm going to talk about that here in a second. So if we can keep them on as hobbyists, great. Not everyone's going to be a hobbyist forever either, right? There's 3 options potentially that could happen. 1, they stay a hobbyist for a really long time. I've got lots of people who have been hobbyists on my team for a really long time. Love them. Something changes in their life. Maybe it's a change in a job or a move to a new town or a divorce or a baby or a just change in a life stage. They become retired or now they're at home, whatever. It's a big life change. Something like that might happen that can change them from being a hobbyist to wanting more and discovering like, hey, I've got this thing in my back pocket that people really like it. And so now I'm at this new phase in my life and maybe I should just do more with it. I could do more with it. I could make more money with it, right? So they might join as a hobbyist and change. For sure. They might just drop off completely. And the probably tendency, if we try to push them too hard and we don't support them on where they want to be, is that then they'll just say, nah, this isn't for me. And actually, in fact, all you Scentsy girls are a little too much anyway, and I'm not even going to buy it anymore. So that's why I encourage you not to push them too hard if they want to stay hobbyists. Show them the light. Shine the opportunities like you do to everyone else who isn't a hobbyist and it hasn't even joined your team yet, right? Still share and show the possibilities. But if they don't really want it, that's okay. They can stay hobbyists, and you can support them in that role by giving them a catalog or 2, because that's really all they're going to need. They are like a customer, and you need them, because as you grow your team, you need people, and the more people who you have at all different levels of involvement, the easier it is for you to be paid at title and get promotions. So let's say you are a lead consultant and it's you and one other person. As you know, you guys have to come up together with 1,000 TWV. It's a whole lot easier if you've got 4 or 5 of you. And if a couple of those are just hobbyists, so you know you can only count on them every 4th month to have that 200, you're going to want a few so that those months don't have to all fall on that same month to get that promotion. Now, lead, that's, a smaller example, right? If you're looking at promoting to director, that is, you guys need 10,000 team wholesale volume if you don't have, group wholesale volume if you don't have group wholesale volume no matter what. Team wholesale volume if you don't have another director under you. So it's 10,000 group wholesale volume. That's 13,333 PRV. And so let's say there's 10 of you on the team, right? Then everybody needs 1,333 PRV, which is a lot. That's asking a lot for every single person every single month to get so that you can stay paid at title. If you have 20 people on your team and you still need that same 13,333 PRV, suddenly everybody needs 666 PRV every month. Now, some people are going to get more, some people are going to get less. That's still kind of a stretch for some people. So say you're a director and you've got suddenly 40 people on your team. Oh, that's not the right math. 333 is all every single person needs. Now you need 500 to get paid on your downline, right? And as the leader, you're leading by example, so you'll have more than 500, and then everybody else can have less. So you need those hobbyists, you need those numbers to help make it easier for you to achieve your goals. Now, if everyone was like 100% in, go-getter on your team, that would be great too. That's just not really how it happens. And then those people break off and get their own teams, and then you've got that separate TWV that you need. And so you need the hobbyists. You need the consultants who just want to do their thing, who like knowing what's coming up next, who like the sneak peeks at Scent Warmer of the Month, and who just put their 200 in. So our challenge for the day, homework, is to write down on your team who is a hobbyist and who is a go-getter. Now, how can you tell? You probably know, like, PRV is a good indicator, right? If they're like 0, 0, 0, 200, 0, 0, 0, I would say that person's probably a hobbyist. If they're completely engaged and involved on any of the team or group pages and they're really into it and they're wanting to know what's coming up next and they're messaging you all the time, that might be another indicator that they're a go-getter and they're just working on getting that PRV up. If they're at 500 PRV or more consistently every single month, they're probably more of a go-getter and potentially more ready to have a chat about what's next, what's the next opportunity for them. I know personally I will. If I notice people on my team consistently are having high PRV, I've probably had a talk with you about that. If you're on my team, like, hey, your PRV is really high. Have you ever thought about growing your team? Because this is a way that you can promote, make more money, and earn trips and all that good stuff, right? So if they're consistently having higher PRV, like 500 or above, might be an opportunity to chat with them about other possibilities. So you're just going to write a list of who's a hobbyist and who's a go-getter that you think. And maybe you're just growing your team and you've got no one. So this is just a good training for you to know before you do grow your team. I think, because it's something I wish I would have known. You know, one of the hardest lessons for me as a Scentsy consultant when I first started, and is still probably one of the hardest pieces still to this day, is that when people don't see the potential that I see in them with this and they leave. And so kind of knowing before that even happens about it, that is helpful. So anyway, you're going to write that down. And then those hobbyists, you're just going to say, you're a hobbyist. You can be that. And you're just going to crumple up that piece of paper. You're not getting rid of them, but you're just leaving it, okay? And then you're going to move on, because what you need to do is keep building your team. You need to find more teammates. You need to find more hobbyists. You need to find more go-getters. Your team is one person away from changing. And I know some of you guys have seen that, right? That you have been recruiting, and then all of a sudden you get somebody and they join and they're like going at it full steam ahead just like you, and suddenly your team changes, your team dynamic. And it might be someone who you personally recruit, or it might be someone who one of your recruits. Your hobbyist might accidentally end up getting a recruit because their cousin decided that they want to do this, so they joined with them, but that person still helps your team numbers. So anyway, you're going to release the hobbyists, and you're not going to try to drag them forward. You're not going to make them do it. You're not going to force it on them, right? You're just going to leave it, and you're going to move on. Keep growing your team. Keep building your team. And that's it. That's all for today. So that shouldn't take you too long, right? Who's a hobbyist? Who's a go-getter? Bless and release the hobbyists. Move on. The people who are the go-getters are the ones you want to focus on growing and building. The hobbyists you want to keep and maintain relationships with. So all you have to do for this homework is take a picture of your little crumpled up piece of paper, or fold it up however you want to do it, of your hobbyists that you're blessing and releasing. You're not going to force. You're not going to waste your precious time and energy trying to make them change. They might change, and we want to be open to that, but we're not going to waste a bunch of our time trying to get them to change. Okay? We're going to keep moving on. The next recruit is around the corner. She's after that next no. And she or he could change the whole entire outlook of our businesses. So, okay. Have a great day, you guys. Bye.